midnight mass, an unreliable narrator. At first, Mom refused to believe the story. She knows I'm a storyteller, a writer of fiction, non-fiction, a versifier, a falsifier. In other words, a con artist, a shyster, a pettifogger, a truth stretcher, a manipulator of fact, an embezzler of emotion, and a poacher of the heart. Was this story a counterfeit based on the Latin fictio, fiction? Maybe she didn't want to think we didn't have fun with Dad. Or was it just too crazy? A week later, a phone call. Hey, Walt. She calls me Walt, even though my dad is Walt, and I'm Walter because, that's cooler, but still an old man's name. I'm sorry, you were right about that, she said. That concert with your dad. And I'm like, whoa, oh, well, that's cool. Did she call my sister or brother? I seem to have a different memory, even though I write down everything. It's okay, Mom. I can love you, and I can love Dad. Crazy times with Dad do not overshadow crazy times with Mom. Breaking the rules for rock. The concert film was The Song Remains the Same, either 1980 or 1981. My dad didn't even like Zeppelin. He loved Creedence, a band legend to me too. It was a single-screen movie theater in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, now a Concord pet store. I've never been there. I do not have pets unless counting worms for compost. Dad had us every other weekend. I was 12, Dave 3 years younger, and Noelle, she was just 7. So, my dad was that cool or that foolish to bring kids to midnight mass. We all should have been in bed, but my dad lived by other rules. Rules are for people who follow rules. I wore Zeppelin shirts to school to impress the babes. My birthday cake featured the 4 symbols from Zeppelin 4. I didn't get to see Zeppelin with Uncle Ron because John Bonham, Bonzo, died September 25th, 1980, and I heard that sad news on the bus to school. It was like the day the music died too, with John Lennon, the same year, December 8th, 1980. No wonder my grades suffered after that year. Fans' rite of passage. I had every Zeppelin album, knew every song. Did I do homework? No. I read books like In Their Own Words by Led Zeppelin. At the time, Mom criticized that book, along with a Who book with the same title, because that wasn't probably really bright, thinking the legends of rock are morons. Didn't she know they were huge Tolkien fans? Standing in that mass of stoned and hairy hooligans was like making the Hajj to Mecca. I was not dressed for the occasion. Zeppelin on the big screen with surround sound was church. This was long before every concert could be seen on YouTube. And this was just after MTV. Was Zeppelin gonna air right after Video Killed the Radio Star? Reconciliation through story. The mob started making their desire to be entertained known. 1, 2, 3, 4, open up the fucking door. I was thrilled and scared. I was clueless about the Who concert in Cincinnati in 1979, where 11 fans were crushed to death at the gates. 1, 2, 3, 4, open up the fucking door. Once seated in the temple, the high priest could take the altar and play the good news. Who was this dude with 3 kids? What did my brother think? This guy in line asked who brought the pot. He texted me. And I wondered, why would anyone need cookware at a movie? That experience was horrible, Dave said. And he still can't even consider watching it again. Wow, such a different perspective. Sorry, Dave. But I'm sure Noelle couldn't stand Led Zeppelin. When I was mad at her, I rocked Communication Breakdown to interrupt her studies. It was my way to thwart and rebel. That opening from Madison Square Garden was like Genesis. Let there be light. Bulbs flash in the dark. Someone shouts, let's go. And there was light. Lux in tenebris. Light in darkness. I underwent several states of nirvana. Who needed a stairway to heaven? I was already in heaven. The thing that took the edge off was feeling responsible for family being, I don't know, tired and annoyed. Was I being selfish? Could Dad just have taken me? No, it was every other weekend with his kids. I was also out of my comfort zone there. Not with the music. The scene just never appealed to me, even though I went to so many concerts later, even getting urinated on at a Pink Floyd concert. Music, memories, and gratitude. Yeah, we all survived. It's a vivid memory. Nay, even a rite of passage. I appreciated my dad that night. It was not his thing, but he did it for me, and I just wanted this essay to be a giant hug thank you. He doesn't get enough recognition for being a dad through my challenging childhood and for handling 3 young kids every other weekend. We were not easy at all. He's a lovable, simple guy from East Camden, New Jersey, a printer who came from a printer. He takes care of people. I was not an easy kid, but my dad and I have anger and resentment issues. Mom might have doubted this story at first, but some memories are too real to fabricate. These days, when I talk with my dad, which isn't too frequent, I often think back to that midnight showing. We're both more comfortable at the ballpark or on the water than we were in that smoky theater, but that night taught me something important. Love sometimes means stepping out for someone else. Doing something for someone else because, well, you love them so much. Dad did that for me with Zeppelin. Maybe that's why the song remains the same, because the truth about family endures, even when the memory plays tricks on us.